Greetings, fellow space travelers. Kate here. So, a whole bunch of stuff just arrived. You guys have been very, very generous. Thank you. And you seem to like watching me open things, so here we go. But before that, I did ask you guys for some feedback about whether or not I should keep doing this stuff on my main channel or move it to my vlog channel. And a few of you were like, yeah, I don't want to see this here. But a bunch of other folks made a certain point that makes me think I should keep them here. And that's that it humanizes me. It lets you know who I am outside of atheism. Now, why is that important? Because, well, number one, I've had some theists respond to me as though atheist is all I am. That's 100% of my personality. I don't ever do anything else. I don't ever talk about anything else. I'm just an atheist 24/7. And boy, is that ever not true. I mean, I have hobbies, I have interests, I have friends, I have events I go to. Atheism is what I do on YouTube, and also at that booth in Balboa Park on Saturday mornings. But regardless, point being that I don't actually do just atheism. I'm more than that. But there's another reason, is because okay, I mean, I've had my differences with some of the folks in the atheism community on YouTube. Got into a few tiffs a bunch of years ago, and, well, there were some who just absolutely hated me, fucking loathed my guts, right? But then I went to the American Atheist Convention, and they met me. And now we're kind of buds. We're pretty okay with each other. And I think part of that is because they actually met me and got to see who I really am. And it's also really difficult to argue with someone in person the way you do on the internet. It's, well, I mean, the way I often put it is that on the internet, there's no chance of getting decked. Right? And so you're a bit more polite, you're a bit more accepting of hearing someone else's side and realizing, hey, you know, maybe this isn't the time to go to extremes. So I think that this is actually a good thing to have on my main channel. I know some of you don't like it, but hey, I'll try to title my videos something that lets you know this is one not to watch, okay? Now, let's get to opening the stuff. Okay, first up is this. No idea what's in here. Well, I take that back. I can look at my Amazon wish list and see what's been purchased and what hasn't. But, well, let's see. Okay, it says here, a gift for you. Enjoy your gift. Keep doing what you're doing. I love the videos. Martin Kauf? I don't know how to pronounce this. It's clearly some foreign language. I'm sorry. Martin Kauf, I guess? And, oh, hey, it's Magnum P.I. Season 4. I really enjoy, well, I'm an 80s kid. You know this about me. And so Magnum P.I., yay. I also have a bunch of other shows. Yay. Thank you. Season 4. I think I have Season 3. I know I have 1 and 2. So, well, thanks. Okay, next into the head basket is this. So, let's see. I do love ripping those open for some reason. I don't know. And, Encino Man. I'm almost ashamed to say that I enjoy this movie because, well, number one, it's 90s, but number two, what's his face? Pauly Shore. I mean, I was never like, okay, I used to beg my parents to get cable, my hippie parents, and it was a really long time before I could get them to get me basic cable, and I never had like MTV or any of those where like Pauly Shore did that whole show or something. I don't even really remember. And he used to do that whole like, yeah, buddy, the weasel, or whatever he did that way of talking and shit. But I enjoy this movie. I don't know why. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Silly me. I didn't even check for a note. Give me a sec. Well, there isn't one. Okay, well, whoever sent me that, thanks. Okay then, now. Yay, we have one in a box. Okay, so one of you sent me this. There's a safety catch here. There we go. Yay! So actually, truth is, I could just yank on this, but since one of you sent me the knife, I might as well use it. There we go. Uh-oh. The blade fell off. The blade fell off. Crap. Okay, well, at least I have my ripping powers. And it is another Funko Pop, and it's Shell from Portal. Yay! Oh my gosh. And she's got a tiny companion cube. That's awesome. Of course, the cake is a lie, but, yeah. There we go. Yeah, well, this was definitely a triumph. I am making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overrate my satisfaction. That's so awesome. Overrate my satisfaction? It's overstate, Kate, you moron. Well, this is what happens when your stuff is unscripted. I was distracted. That's my excuse. There was stuff. I actually have a lot of companion cube stuff. I've got a plush companion. Wait a minute. Okay, Shell does not want to stand up on her own. All right, well, I have a lot of companion cube stuff. There's this. I have a plush companion cube, you know, little stuffed plushy companion cube. And I have a companion cube keychain. And somebody years ago sent me a companion cube cookie jar. Okay, well, okay, and I'm going to assume that this is another knife. I can't open this without, here we go. Okay, there. And this is, yeah, it's another knife. I am going to be able to cut lots of things open. And it's good that I have this now because, well, the other one kind of died on me. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a safety catch. Good. Wow, that looks kind of deadly. Is there another safety catch to close it? Well, I'll figure that out later so I don't go slicing myself up on camera. That would be bad. Of course, that sort of video might go viral, so who knows. No, that's a receipt. This is another receipt. Here we go. Hi, Kate. Enjoy your gifts from Matthew. Well, thank you, Matthew. I don't know which Matthew, but, well, thank you. Okay, now there's three more. And, you know, I did actually figure out how to close this thing. There's a catch on the inside. So, maybe that'll help. Oh, there we go. And it is Midnight Run. It's another DVD. This movie, I actually don't remember it too well. I know I've seen it, but it's got Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin in it. I love Charles Grodin, but he usually does comedy, and I guess this is kind of a comedy in the same way that Beverly Hills Cop is a comedy. But basically, Charles Grodin plays this sort of like a witness for a trial or a criminal who needs to testify in something. And Robert De Niro is like a bounty hunter who's hired to bring him in, and hijinks ensue, to say the least. So, yeah, it's a fun movie. I remember that much about it. And it's got the guy who plays, no, that's not Cliff from Cheers. That's Taggart, I want to say, from Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah. And Yaphet Kotto, who I remember best from Alien, is in it. And a bunch of other folks. So, yeah. Well, thank you. Oh, God, Kate, you keep doing that. You keep throwing stuff around without checking for a note. I'll be right back. I think this is it. Yeah, that's the one. this is what happens with unscripted content. I'm too enthusiastic about this stuff. I keep forgetting about you guys, and that makes me a jerk. So it says, Happy V-Day, or whatever you feel like celebrating, which makes me think it's the same guy who gave me that mirror, who did eventually contact me. So if it's who I think it is, thank you, Wild Wonky Wizard. I'm assuming. I don't know. I could be wrong. All right, let's do the next one here. And let's remember to check for a note. Okay. And it's 2 DVDs. Oh, I wonder what we've got here. Okay. Well, there's another one. Happy V-Day, or whatever you feel like celebrating. Okay. Aha, another 80s movie. It's Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. I actually don't remember if I've seen this movie. I put it on my wish list specifically because I was like, well, I'm going on another 80s jag, and well, Michael J. Fox is a big part of the 80s, and I want to see this movie because I've known about its existence since forever. But it says here, there's no such thing as an overnight success. Brantley Foster took 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'll have to give you guys a report on this later when I've seen it. And this one is, Brewster's Millions. Hey, they're both about people and a shit ton of money, aren't they? But I do remember seeing this, Richard Pryor and John Candy, and it's a lot of fun. Basically, Richard Pryor, like one of his relatives dies or something, and says, okay, you have to spend, was it $30 million in 30 days? And you have to, at the time, like you cannot have any money left. You cannot have any stuff that you purchased left. And if you manage to spend all that money, then you'll get like $1 bazillion more, like a couple billion or something. Well, okay, it says 30 million to inherit a greater fortune. It doesn't actually say how much he will get, but he will get a lot more cash if he spends it all. And it's kind of a wacky movie. I vaguely remember it, but I remember it being a lot of fun. So again, thank you, whoever sent that. Again, I think it's the same guy, but I don't know. Now this one's much larger, and I think I know what this is. I think it's that book. So what we have here, yes, it's a book. And yes, there's stuff in here. Oh, it's the same. You know, I'm starting to wonder if this Happy V-Day thing is just a generic Amazon thing. I mean, because can these all really be from the same person? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it's the Book of the Subgenius. And I've been hearing about this subgenius thing since forever. I actually know next to nothing about it. And a friend of mine from the atheism booth was talking about it. And I got very curious. So I'm going to be learning about it. I understand it's kind of irreverent and weird. And goodness knows, looking at the inside of this, I mean, it's awfully strange. The dark side of the rebel gods. Okay. And scientists agree Earth time is short. And now turn this book upside down, it says. Every dollar has its day. Toilet train your money forever, it says. So, yeah, I'm very curious about what the hell this is. And I'll be reading that soon. So that is everything. And you may have noticed that I did do some edits this time, that it wasn't 100% one long shot. The reason for that is actually technical, because when I have something that's recorded for a really, really long time, for some reason the audio and video unsync themselves. But at least you know the rest of it is unscripted, that I'm just putting those cuts in there specifically to make editing easier for me. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. That was awesome, and I'll catch you later. So, who wants cake? You have to rate first.